The story begins as most English novels in the World War era did, with an Englishman tired of the drudgery of daily life. Though once very eager to visit London, having been away from his country since the age of 6, he now finds English high society to be an extremely boring affair. Our protagonist, Richard Hannay, has been reading in the newspapers about Carolites, head of the Greek government, noting that most newspapers hail him as the only man standing between Europe and Armageddon. As Hannay walks back home, he marvels at the fact that the passers-by, the clerks, the shop girls, each have a purpose in life, something they hold dear or a goal which they pursue, while his life seems meaningless in comparison. As he reaches home, he suddenly notices a man at his elbow while opening his door. The man struggles to keep his voice stable as if under great stress, asking him for permission to come into his house and speak with him. Rushing inside, he then asks Hannay to help him as he is in deep trouble. He pours himself a drink and, finishing it up in a few gulps, nervously apologizes, saying that he happens to be dead at the moment. Hannay, convinced that he is dealing with a madman, asks him how it feels to be dead. The man counters by telling Hannay that he isn't mad and has approached him because Hannay seemed to be a bold and honest man, willing to take risks. Proceeding with his story, the man tells Hannay that he is an American from Kentucky and has traveled the world, acting as a war correspondent for a Chicago paper. He has spent a few years in southeastern Europe, being well known in the political circles of the region. Through his work, he realized that beyond the government, there existed a movement composed of educated anarchists who were bent on revolution through war and were financed by men who wanted to make profits from the uncertainty that follows war. He explained a lot about the Balkan Wars and how these were meant to put Germany and Russia in opposition, as the anarchists wanted these countries to destroy each other and for a new world to emerge from their ruins, while the financiers wanted to buy up the wreckage that would result from a war at cheap prices. But the plotters apparently had their plans foiled by a single man who couldn't be bribed, and hence they had planned the assassination of their obstacle, Constantine Carolites, the Greek premier.